Well, the long-awaited 74th episode is finally out today, and it's a full 7 minutes long. In this episode, we saw a lot of interesting things, as well as learned the answers to our questions. Today, we will analyze this episode to the smallest details, so you should watch the whole episode from beginning to end, so that you do not miss the interesting moments. And in this video, we find out, where did this new engineer come from? How did the cameraman end up in this place? Why didn't these people turn into Skibidi Toilets? How can this text be translated? What is the meaning of this image? Is it possible for Titan Cameraman to survive? That and much more in this video. Well, if you've already put a like, we're going to start the analysis of episode 74 right away. It's the first time we've had an episode start in third person, because it's essentially being recorded from this action camera. But you could also say that it's being recorded from the perspective of one of the chief engineers. Why do I think that? Because this engineer looks a lot like the cameraman of Titan, and I think he was making Titan in his own image. Then when this engineer turned the camera, we noticed a special TV man next to him. Here we can look at him from a very good distance. We can see that he is wearing a dark vest with a light-colored tie. He also has two columns on the sides of the screen. We can also see that his screen is currently showing a blue color, which means that the disc is not inserted. So this is his passive system, and as soon as the engineer approaches the TV man, the recording starts in the first person of the TV man, because the engineer has the action camera locked on him. Next, the TV man says the phrase, "Let's go," and teleports deep into the Skibidi base of toilets. This is the first time we're watching the episode on behalf of the TV man, and so here is the first time we've seen in detail how the teleportation happens. After TV man notices the two guards, he immediately turns on his purple glow that can take anyone under control. As the TV man says, protection, he means that their protection, i.e. their glasses, will not help them, because if you look closely, their glasses are cracked and broken. After the TV man took control of these toilets, he ordered them to stop at this gate so he could open a passage for them. After teleporting, we noticed the toilets watching my shorts. He was destroyed by the TV man in a very unusual way, with the help of two hands, namely, the TV man opened, so to speak, a portal, and when this little toilet shot at the TV man, his shells flew back to him, and so he destroyed himself. But what happens next is even more interesting. The TV man teleports this toilet back to him with the phrase, "Give me your head." I was shocked when I saw that scene, and he does it so that the biometric data can be used to open the gate. This is the first time we can see what Skibidi toilets look like without a toilet, but still, I think they are much longer. And if you want a video about the anatomy of Skibidi toilets, let's get 250 likes under this video. So, the TV man's plan works, and he opens the gates for his subordinate toilets, and they in turn start storming everything in their path. Next, the TV man Titan, using this toilet, opens the doors for the rest of the squad. Fun fact, the cameraman in red opened the doors with a special remote, while the purple TV man opens the doors with a Skibidi toilet. I wonder what will happen next. Write in the comments with what else you can open doors with. In this small squad, you can notice agents from previous episodes, namely cameraman with a laser gun from episode 69, as well as agents from the first part of episode 70. In addition to them, there is also the same speaker from episode 71. As we can see now, he has improved daggers. Well, and with them next to fly drones, which are installed cameras with two lasers. As we can see, the TV man's plan continues to work, and these Skibidi-controlled toilets have destroyed everyone in their path. The TV man moves and opens the third door. This was the room where the agents were being held hostage. As we can see, some of the agents have already been completely wiped out. When the TV man saw them, he said, "Get out." I don't know why he was so rude to them. Maybe he didn't like that these agents allowed them to be taken hostage. Well, of course they aren't TV mans who have the ability to teleport. They are regular agents, and there was nothing they could do. That's why they got taken by Skibidi toilets. Plus, further proof that the TV mans are selfish. There's even a cameraman simp, and as it turns out, he was held hostage by the Skibidi toilets for 17 episodes. After all, in place of helping him, the agents just abandoned him, and that was all in the second half of episode 57. But it seems to me that after the Titans left that place, a lot of Skibidi toilets immediately rushed in and took everyone who was there. I think that's how the cameraman got into that prison. We'll come back to that point. Next, the only surviving controlled toilet approaches the TV man, and after the TV man says, "Well done, lil bro," the hypnosis wears off and Skibidi Toilet realizes that he's been under control all along, but it was too late. Next, the TV man opens the fourth door using this Skibidi Toilet, and this is where we notice the surviving but infected people. Unfortunately, some of them have been dead for a long time. Most likely these people here came from these containers. Perhaps the Skibidi Toilets are resupplying their army in this way. And that's not even the most interesting part. With the turntable, the Skibidi Toilets are infecting these people. They probably have some kind of immunity or vaccine, because as we know, people turn into Skibidi Toilets when they hear this song. But here, as we can see, Skibidi Toilets came up with a trick. They recorded their song, and now they repeat it for 24 hours until they turn into toilets. Turns out the TV man also has cannons on the sides, just like the camera woman. And as soon as the TV man destroyed the turntable, the infected didn't like it and started attacking the agent. But with just one blow, the TV man knocked the infected back a few meters. Did you notice that? You noticed that there was a skeleton in the container, and the strangest thing was that there was a computer monitor with it. What does that mean? Are we going to see computer people after all this time? After all, some people even sent me this fragment from the beginning of the 74th episode and said that this agent is very similar to the computer man. What do you think about that? Write in the comments. After seeing this horrible situation, TV man says, "Their brains are rotten. Burn them all." And here's a little detail. This cameraman flies up on a jetpack to check out the area. The cameramen obey the TV man and obey his inhumane order. Then we see the TV woman appear on the scene, and coincidentally, the cameraman is hospitalized at the same time. As we can see, he still has feelings for TV woman because he has kept the image of TV woman all this time. And as soon as he saw her, the picture of her even fell out of his hands out of excitement because he wanted only one thing: to see the screen of the TV woman. I have one theory about the simp cameraman, and I think this theory is too plausible and maybe it will happen in the future. If you want this theory to come out as soon as possible, let's still get 250 likes under this video. Next, we can finally see what was inside the containers. This is what the scientist's unfinished project actually looked like. Skibidi scientist has been creating blueprints for a similar Titan. To understand what is written here, you need to follow Skibidi language. Unfortunately, I skipped this subject in school, so I will not be able to translate what is written here. Here you can see what the Titan's limbs look like and his core. As we can see, it's all ready to go. And on the table, you can see a bucket of pencils, a drill, and an alarm clock. And of course, this is a reference to Dom Studio. Who does not know? Dom Studio is a YouTube channel that makes quality fan-made animations on the cartoon universe Skibidi Toilet. Defuk is collaborating with Dom Studio, but why did Defuk make the reference in a negative way? I think it's because a few days ago, a publication from Dom Studio came out where he publicly apologized to Defuk. I don't know the details of that conflict, so here's a post detailing everything. As I understand it, there is no more conflict and the cooperation between these bloggers continues. But it's really cool that Defuk keeps making references to different YouTubers. I guess other YouTubers you know will be there someday. After TV Man threw all the items off the table, you can see a small poster of G-Man as Titan. It turns out that our theories about Titan G-Man have come true, and he will be the new Titan. There is also a text in the language of Skibidi Toilets. Here you can understand only the phrase from the top. It says Skibidi Dome SSS. In fact, there are a million theories about this image alone, because it's not clear. Is this photo from the past or present, or is this shot from the future? First of all, we should start with the fact that the YouTuber named Elite Cameraman, when he showed us this leak with Male07, he said that in addition to this frame, he has a second leak, and after the publication of the 74th episode, he shared this frame. This is the footage. According to this YouTuber, he kept these two frames for 5 months, and now that episode 74 has been released, Defuk let him share it with us. As we can see, here is the contract from the second part of the 70th episode, but on this version, in place of the scientist, was G-Man. But for some reason, the final version had Skibidi as the scientist. On this altered version, we see G-Man wearing an Astro Toilet outfit. What could that mean? Is G-Man really an Astro Toilet? After all, in fact it is, because in previous episodes he could fly without a jetpack, as well as he is the only Skibidi Toilet, which is able to shoot with lasers from the eyes. G-Man was once in an alliance with the Astro Toilets, but he was fired and decided to form his own alliance among the Skibidi Toilets. Then he met a Skibidi scientist, and together they ruled the world. But it's just a theory that has no proof. Still, I can't understand what it has to do with this image. And why did Defuk leave a scientist in place of G-Man in the second part of episode 70? I guess we'll only find out in the interview with Defuk. Alright, let's continue our analysis. Next, cameraman also wanted to look at this image with the Titan G-Man, but the TV man turns around and says, "Mind your own business." And that's another very rude reference to his ally. TV man took this image with him and teleported to TV man's secret base. He immediately showed this poster to the scientist TV Man with the phrase, "Take a look." After the scientist looked at it, he got angry at TV Man and said, "Turn that camera off." The thing is, he didn't know that TV Man was recording everything, and TV Man's base is secret. Only a few agents know about their base. And by the way, this is the same scientist from episode 66, as his name tag is the same as that TV Man. Then the frame moves to cameraman number 1247. At the end of the episode, I will tell you something about him. Next, we see the Titans. The TV Man says, "I found them," and immediately connects to the cameraman who was following G-Man's squad. Here we immediately notice the old Skibidi Toilets, namely the big DJ. As we can see, it's been fixed, and we've got Michael Jackson's Skibidi, the hybrid from the first part of episode 73. We also notice here the hybrid toilet Skibidi from episode 66, and as we can see, these two hybrids know each other. And then the wounded Jimin appears. And here we can notice the same leak shot that DeFoop showed us a few days ago. If you look closely, you can see that G-Man's core is no longer on fire. If you have any theories on this, then post in the comments. Next, G-Man gives an assignment to his subordinates and himself goes to some hideout. Unfortunately, the cameraman reveals his location and the hybrid toilets start hunting him. Our cameraman tries to escape from these toilets, but unfortunately, the very same hybrid toilet from episode 66 gets in his way. Unfortunately, our cameraman dies, and at the end, you can spot an audio reference to the FNAF game. After destroying cameraman, the frame moves back to agent number 1247. Then after seeing everything, TV Man Titan says that they are weak, and this is the perfect moment to attack. The cameraman and speaker man agree with this idea, but TV Man Titan forbids them to take part in this battle as they are wounded and will not be able to cope. TV Man says they need to go back to base to heal and improve. Speakerman doesn't like this suggestion and gets a little sad even, but the guys from his race come up to him and try to cheer him up, and the whole place starts to flex. There is even the legendary Speakerman from the 25th episode, and as we can see, he is still riding on that toilet. Speakerman managed to cheer up Titan, and he responded by flexing. Next, TV Man Titan said that, "Today this war will end," and moves to G-Man's squad, but TV Man Scientist, after seeing this image, quickly teleports to this spot and stops the Titan. Here is his quote, "No, bring their leader to our base, alive." To which the TV Man Titan responds in a loud voice, "Are you crazy?" To which the scientist replies, "We must understand the big picture before it's too late." TV Man the Scientist wants the Titans to bring the leader of the toilets, that is, G-Man, and most importantly, alive. He wants G-Man to explain the situation himself. But notice that the scientist does not say anything about the evidence found to the TV Man Titan. Next, one by one, all cameramen are destroyed by Astro Toilets. But so far, we can only see it through tablets. And everyone is shocked at how quickly agents are killed by the Astro Toilets. And now our cameraman, number 1247, is hooked up to a tablet to see what's going on. And as soon as the cameraman connects, he sees the Astro Toilets mercilessly killing everyone in their path. There is a huge unidentified flying object that is using lasers to destroy the surviving agents. There are also Astro Toilets that look like fighter jets or barbs, and as soon as one of them spots a surviving agent, it immediately destroys him. The episode then returns to operator number 1247. After seeing this, even the Titans are a little shocked by these scenes. Suddenly, Skibidi and Low appears from somewhere and tries to destroy cameraman Titan, but he counter-strikes him. But unfortunately, the shot doesn't hit the Astro Toilets. Next, TV Man Titan tries to destroy Toilet with red glow, but Astro Toilets know about this technology, and so they are prepared for it. Toilet puts on special protective goggles. Then, as soon as the Astro NLO hears the sounds of the appearance of his friends, he immediately leaves the Titans and waits for the right moment. Most likely, in this situation, his task was to divert the attention of the Titans and delay them as long as possible so that the other Astro Toilets could get to the Titans to finally finish them off. And they did. As we can see, there are about 10 Astro Toilets, and there is a commander among them. No, it's not the leader of the Astro Toilets. It's just the commander who commands this squad of Astro Toilets. As we can see, all these new Astro Toilets have their faces hidden under a mask, and one of them shoots the cameraman who was recording all these events on his camera. After this shot, cameraman Titan is very badly hurt, and yet cameraman shows you to put a like on this video. But the Astro Toilets don't stop there and fire a few more shots. The cameraman, without hesitation, immediately sacrifices himself to save his friends. Unfortunately, my theory came true. Please watch this snippet to see what it's all about.
Secret that cameraman will do something that will change everything. What if he sacrifices himself for something or someone? After all, for the first time we have such a theory as early as in episode 64. As you remember, cameraman, and then was ready to do heroic deeds. So we can't rule out that in episode 74 he won't do the same thing.
Well, Cameraman Titan was able to buy time for the other Titans to retreat, but Speakerman Titan does not want to retreat. Realizing the gravity of the situation, TV Man talks the Speakerman out of it and says, "I can't lose both of you," teleports away with the Speakerman. I don't get it. You couldn't teleport with Cameraman Titan too. Okay, it's probably part of the storyline. And hopefully Cameraman Titan survived. And it seems to me that the Astro Toilets will not destroy Cameraman Titan, but will take him hostage and try to recruit him somehow. I don't know. Post your opinion in the comments. Well, after these shots, all the agents started to run away in different directions, and unfortunately, one of the shells falls on our cameraman number 1247. After all, it was the same agent from episode 56, and he was able to survive in this war for 18 episodes. Well, and Astro Toilets continue their offensive on all fronts. Before you appeared my other analysis, I also recommend to watch. I will be very happy if you put a like on this video and subscribe to the channel, because this video I did more than 12 hours. Thank you so much for watching me. Well, with you was Razmeek. See you in the next videos. Bye.